Hello, Eurofans. Welcome to that Eurovision site. We're back here with another video. We are Eurovision with a Slice of Life, and as part of that Slice of Life, we're reintroducing you to some members of our site. My name is Euan, and joining me today is
Tim.
Tim is one of our original founders of the site. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to be able to discuss our frankly appalling opinions on this site. Truly, we should be thankful, and other people should not be thankful for allowing this. How are you doing today?
I'm all good. And yourself?
I'm doing absolutely fantastic. So, as a founder, can you just give us an idea of like what your role is and what you do with the site?
Okay, so I'm basically an all-rounder. So obviously I found my main bit is you see articles on there that would potentially mainly be me. I also do interviews. I mean, if you already know that I'm a sucker for Mellow, so if it's anything Mellow related, you'll have me. And I'm everywhere basically. So TikToks, that would mainly be me doing all the fun and gag things on there and video editing as well. So you'll see me in front of the screen, behind the screen. I'm everywhere.
So, before we go fully into like your love of Eurovision, just who is Tim
Yes.
in general? What are your interests?
Tim in general is literally a foodie and a traveler. So I'm very lucky to have this as a hobby just because I can actually combine all three
Hmm.
if needing be. If I say, oh, I actually want to visit this country. Wait a minute, do they have a national final? Yes. If so, I'll go there for maybe a few days, explore the town, city, and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's just mainly me. Like I'm chilled, I'm very laid back. Sometimes I get myself out there to just travel and enjoy myself.
Mhm. So touching on the fact that you have been to some national finals, I'm not going to get you to talk about all of the ones that you've been to because you've been to quite a few. Not
Yeah.
that I'm jealous or anything. What have been your favorite of the ones that you've actually managed to go to? Any like standouts, like semi-final finals that you've been to?
Um, okay, I already mentioned this, Mello. Mello is my love. Sweden is the first contest I've been to, so of course I had to pay homage and then go do Mello. Uh, Last year specifically in my highlight of Mello, because Loreen, um, Loreen is the reason that I fell in love with Eurovision. Not just like, oh, it's a thing on a Saturday night in May, but like brought me to you guys. So that was my main highlight. Another thing I'd say, maybe more recent ones, is I would say Eurosong for Belgium. Me and my friend Jade, you know who Jade is, basically did, but you know what? I either go for a night out in London or I go to Eurofest. So we did this whole thing of get on a coach from London to Belgium, go do your song and then fly back on the Sunday. It was chaotic, but it was fun, and I'd love to do that again. But yeah, those are the main two highlights for me. I know I've done more, but
And it
it's
does sound
mainly
like that
those
was
two.
cheaper than a night out in London as well.
You'd be surprised. Everything I spent for your song 2023 in Belgium, I've added it up. It was about 150 pounds for Friday, like coach, hotel, and everything.
And that's why we need Tim to organize all of our Eurovision outings. So going back to your history with the
Mhm.
contest itself, when did you first become aware of the contest, and were you hooked from the beginning?
Yeah, I first knew about the contest in 2007 because I moved to the UK in 2006. And funnily enough, and it's the most one of the most embarrassing things, the first Eurovision entry that I know of was Scooch.
We won't hold it
And
against you.
yeah, no, no. And I think the first time I knew about them was they were doing the Lotto performance of Flying the Flag for You. And I just knew about the song. I didn't know anything about the contest. I was like, that's interesting. And then one Saturday night, okay, Eurovision, go ahead. And then I saw that, oh, that's them. I saw them in the TV the other week. And then I was like, okay, I think we'll do well. I think it was very catchy. And then I saw the vote. It's like, oh no, terrible. And then, for me, for a few years, it was just like okay, it's a thing on Saturday night. And I did watch our selection in 2009. So that's how I kind of got hooked into it a bit more. But it wasn't until, as I said earlier on, where I really got myself into a black hole was Loreen and Euphoria. And I just kept searching on everyone and how much we sucked. I mean, no offense to Engelbert, he was great, but you
Well,
know, you do what you can do, but that I could never like. And then that's when I kind of just slowly learned about national finals and everything, etc. And that's how I basically fell in and just never looked back.
so what point did you actually become a part of the Eurovision fandom?
Yeah, 2012, but it was like
20.
very slowly.
Mm.
Like I wasn't on social media or anything. I just like, okay, I just watched this. I kept to myself for about, I think I'd say about 4 years, and I started interacting on Twitter or X or what I call it for the Stockholm contest, and that's when I kind of
And I think that's
started
actually the
to.
first time we ever interacted with each other was
Yeah,
the
yeah, no, yeah,
ticketing,
no,
getting ready
yeah, no,
for
me, yeah,
Stockholm.
no, because I was trying to get a ticket, and you were trying to get a ticket, and I was just like replying back to this random person who ended up being Euan.
Yeah, because that was a very stressful and long ticketing
Mm.
process, even considering like last year's.
Oh no, it was that was actually my first Eurovision,
Mm.
Stockholm, and I was just like, oh, I thought it was straightforward. I made an account and everything. It's just refreshing every time.
Oh, so you were just
Anyway,
very lucky in that situation then.
yeah, no, it's like okay, semi-final two, right behind the green room. That was my ever first Eurovision.
Mm. But that's not your only Eurovision. So what other ones have you been
No,
to?
2016, 2018, 2019, 2022, 2023, and 2024, obviously.
Mhm. So you said you're a big Melfest fan. What is it about that specific national final that draws you? What's it that gets you hooked?
I, I like the consistency. I like to know what I'm getting in myself for. I think that's what I like about Melfest is that you know how it kind of works. I know they made tweaks and changes now and then, but what I liked about it is that I know I kind of you can kind of see how it works even though I don't understand Swedish. Like I just managed to just follow along, and I'm just a sucker for pop music. So that's why I have terrible taste is like everything my music taste is basically pop, which is what you mainly see in mellow. Like I am for other genres of music, but also my mainstay is pop, and that's what you normally get in mellow.
Mhm. So just staying on, you're obviously a big fan of pop. What are sort of your favorite Eurovision entries? And I'm just going to say this because obviously we know what your favorite Eurovision entry is. So like excluding Loreen, what is your favorite Eurovision
Okay,
entry?
okay, so excluding both of Lorene's, I'm also a sucker for ballads, so Arcade. Both of Victoria's entries for Bulgaria, so Tears Getting Sober, Growing Up is Getting Old. Um, so Waterloo because ABBA's ABBA, and Nepati Passimo because Celine. And I would say it's just because I'm Filipino, alive, not much of Amen, but alive. Which will probably get slaughtered for that, but eh.
We love a gentle rib about each other's musical taste, and sometimes not so gentle rib about each other's music taste. Now going for Loreen, if you were to rank all of her Eurovision attempts, so including statements and My Heart Is Refusing Me, where would you put the four?
Oof. Um, I love also. This is very difficult for me. Um, Tattoo, Euphoria, My Heart Is Refusing Me, Statements. But I will say that I might have put Statements last but I appreciate the meaning. But I can see why it didn't even make it past because it's too avant-garde. But you know, it is something different of hers. But you know, the other three just I think just stood out a bit too well.
Mhm. So now we've discussed more what you have been to. Are there any national finals that you haven't been to that you're really wanting to go to?
Benidorm Fest. Supernova will be a good one as well.
Mm.
And I'll give it three just to be fair. Uh Eurovisia LT.
Three excellent choices there. So
Yeah.
just rounding up for your final question. You're known for stealing posters. Where did this come from?
Um
Have you always been a criminal?
I wouldn't say I'm a criminal. Funny you should mention that. Okay, look. The first one from Kittens was just no one was looking, and it was apparently the next day that she came back to that poster, it was gone. The second one was I was walking around, there was a lot of Rosalind posters. And the final one, I don't know if I'll point this upward so I can. I think you see this quite a lot. But yeah, I for that one I did ask. I did ask. Like there's a picture of me in my Instagram, me trying to get that, but I did ask before. They were like, yeah, 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 because they're all gonna get chucked away. And I really regret not going back the next day because apparently they were throwing a lot of stuff out, and I was like, damn it.
Mm. Yeah, I definitely should have staged you before running to your club to get one of those those signed posters. But thank you so much for letting us know a little bit more about you. This has
Mhm.
been that Eurovision Slice of Life. Please watch all of our other interviews with our lovely, lovely contributors and stay with us for the upcoming Junior Eurovision itself, and everything around it in between it. Thank you so much for watching us. Have a lovely day. Bye.
Bye.